Up next on Snarl, a tag team matchup, setting the American Dream Dusty Rhodes and longtime tag partner Magnum TA, coming back to face Snarl tag champs The Freak and the Wild Thing, the Psychodelixx,
who are rejoining us after about a week away.
The following non-title tag team contest is set for one fall, with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, at a combined weight of 553 pounds, the team of Magnum TA and the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
We often point out when two teams are either seriously competitive, serially hateful of the other, or both. This marks the third encounter between Dusty, Magnum, and the Psychodelixx this year, the second having taken place just a month ago, right here on Snarl.
This falls more into the competitive category, but just the same, Sylvia Strong is aware that Dusty and Magnum are angling for a shot at the Snarl Tag titles. And while she respects competitive spirit, the Freak and Tag have beaten them every time, and she's getting a little tired of them. Their opponents, accompanied by Sylvia Strong, at a combined weight of 477 pounds, the Snarl Tag Team Champions, the Freak and Wild Thing, the Psychodelixx.
The Freak and the Wild Thing back with us after 2 weeks, having beaten Coco Beware and Junkyard Dog in their last match. The Psychodelixx are never shook by any opposition, legendary or otherwise. Just the same, it's likely these teams will clash one last time on the 26th at the Memorial Day card, and Sylvia's already said it's gonna be their first and last title shot for many moons, as she put it to me.
She told me the same thing, only in words we're not allowed to use on YouTube. So let's just run with what she told you.
Yes, sir, you're Sylvia. She is the queen of colorful metaphors. Magnum TA and the Freak starting us off here. Referee rings the bell. Magnum tags him in the back of the head. Off the ropes, and a flying punch from the Freak takes Magnum TA down. Here we go. Baby steps, wrist clutch stomps to the chest from the Freak. Magnum TA counters with a kick, takes the Freak down. Misses with the leg drop. The Freak back up on his feet. Magnum TA favoring that leg. The Freak. Whoa, what a kick to the head. And here comes Wild Thing Wayne Tague. Magnum TA is laid out just about center ring. Sylvia Strong is practically already celebrating like she's won. Wild Thing Wayne Tague with a big old crossbody splash across the chest of Magnum TA. Now a series of lefts to the side of the head and a stomp to the midsection. Oh man, just beating his coconut on the mat. Wayne Tague steps out, the Freak steps in. The team working super efficient like always. That's why they're the Snarl Tag Team Champions. Again, baby steps, wrist clutch stomps to the chest from the Freak to Magnum TA. Are you kidding me? Here comes Wild Thing again. It's like they're playing. Huh? Magnum TA can't seem to catch a break here. Finally catches a dragon screw on the Wild Thing. Might want to think about tagging out Magnum. Oh man, here we go. Fujiwara armbar from Magnum, but look at this. Wild Thing Wayne Tague with a couple of shots to the head, breaks the hold. He catches a drop kick from Magnum. Magnum TA finally mounting some offense here. Here's a hard right that takes the Wild Thing down. Magnum wisely tagging out. Here comes the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Wild Thing Wayne Tague right there to greet him. Hard right, spins him around. Wild Thing goes behind, hard shot to the back of Dusty. Goes behind again, another hard shot to the back. Dusty whipped to the far corner. Here comes Wild Thing, hard shot. Oh man, elbows to the side of the head of Dusty Rhodes. Down he goes out of the corner. Oh, he is writhing in pain. And here comes the Freak again. Dusty Rhodes laid out center ring. The Freak debating what he's going to do next here. Oh, kick to the leg of Dusty Rhodes. The Freak takes himself all the way topside. Boom! Knee right across the chest of Dusty Rhodes. And another tag. These guys have already tagged out like half a dozen times. Here comes Magnum TA. A kick to the midsection, a right, a left. Another shot, and Wild Thing down on his knees. Winds up the arm, does Magnum TA, and he's going to snap that on. Oh, man. That was so painful. Magnum TA rounds him up, falling neck breaker to the Wild Thing. Magnum starts to go to work here. Little armbar stretch. I didn't realize Magnum's already bleeding. Magnum TA rounds up Wayne Tague. Here's a series of rights, a kick, and a standing drop kick that drops the Wild Thing down again. Here comes the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Well, these two teams really are very competitive. Dusty Rhodes with a snap of the leg to Wild Thing Wayne Tague and a rolling elbow to the chest. Dusty Rhodes rounds him up, catches an elbow in the midsection, an elbow to the side of the head, a kick to the midsection from Dusty. They lock up. Dusty Rhodes has him up over the shoulders, walks him across the ring. Wild Thing hits the turnbuckle skull first. Dusty Rhodes rounds him back up again. A couple of rights, a chop, a kick, takes the Wild Thing down to one knee, counters with a shot to the midsection, locks up Dusty Rhodes, has him up over the shoulders, takes him over to his team's corner, hangs him up over the top rope. Dusty Rhodes finding himself in a bit of trouble here. Here we go. Look at this right here. Into a figure four from the Wild Thing. Wow, that's something we don't see too often. Oh man, referee checking on Dusty Rhodes. Wayne Tague's got that locked in. Magnum TA gonna have to break it up. Dusty Rhodes gonna have to break it up too. Between the two of them, Dusty Rhodes finds his way out of the figure four. Dusty Rhodes locks up Wayne Tague, has him up over the shoulders, escorts him towards the top turnbuckle again, drops him head first into the top turnbuckle, and down he goes into a seated position into the corner. Dusty Rhodes putting those cowboy boots to the chest of the Wild Thing, Wayne Tague. Alley-oop up out of the corner. And Dusty Rhodes, for the moment, sure looks to be in control of the match. Big kick to the chest of the Wild Thing. Here comes Magnum TA on the tag. Wild Thing, Wayne Tague, laid out. Magnum goes to recover. Don't know why it changed his mind. Whatever. Here we go. One. Wild Thing, Wayne Tague powering out of the pin pretty easily. The Freak introduces himself to Magnum for a moment. Wild Thing counters, locks up Magnum TA. Linebuster, and into a pin. One. But just a one. Magnum TA rolling to his feet as the Freak is tagged in. Whoa! Nice arm drag from Magnum TA. Magnum steps out. Here comes Dusty Rhodes again. The Freak right there to greet him. They lock up. The Freak's got him up over the shoulder, but Dusty Rhodes counters it. Has him up over the shoulders now. Things have switched around. Power slam from Dusty Rhodes. Dusty raining knuckles onto the temple of the Freak. The Freak rounded up to his feet again. Dusty locks him up. All the way up and all the way down, just lets gravity do the job for him. And here comes Magnum TA again. The Freak laid out near the far corner, making his way up to his feet. Magnum TA with some pretty bad intentions, apparently. Runs and whoa, running elbow takes the Freak down. Hard right hands to the head of the Freak. Magnum TA, very aggressive in this matchup so far. Swept the leg, the Freak escaping the ring. Here comes the Wild Thing. Magnum TA standing center ring waiting for him. Another running elbow takes Wild Thing down, and a beautiful fist drop that completely misses the mark. Ow, my hand. Clothesline takes Magnum down into the corner. The Freak brings him back up to his feet. Takes a little walk with him, center ring. Backbreaker. Gets him up, takes another little walk again, and another backbreaker. Oh, well, both these teams giving as good as they're getting, guys, apparently. Magnum TA tags out. Here comes Dusty Rhodes. Wild Thing, Wayne Tague waiting right there to greet him. They lock up. Knee to the midsection from the Wild Thing. Dusty Rhodes taking up into another spine buster. The Wild Thing beating it out of town, and here comes the Freak again. Dusty Rhodes just about getting up to his feet, and here comes the Freak. Dusty locks him up, whips him towards the far corner. Oh man, turns him around in the far corner. Dusty Rhodes rounds him up and drops him head first into the buckle. And here comes Magnum TA again. Those teams working real efficient, like I said. Boom! Oh man, hard right hand takes Magnum TA down. The Freak rounds him up again. A kick, a right, a chop, a kick. Magnum TA brought back to his feet again. A wrist clutch kick to the head. And down goes Magnum again. Wayne Tague brought in on the tag. Sylvia Strong Really, really proud of the Psychodelixx, and justly so. Tom getting death grip. Wild Thing gonna try and extract a submission out of Magnum TA. And he may very well get it. He's won matches with this before. He releases the hold. What? Okay. Wrist clutch clothesline. Takes a little step over. Rounds him up. A second wrist clutch clothesline. Takes another little step over. Oh man, and a triple clothesline. Down goes Magnum TA, rounded back up by the Wild Thing. The Wild Thing has him up. Magnum TA counters with a shot to the back of the head and another. Wild Thing locks him up. Now he's got Magnum up over the shoulders. Magnum quickly counters. He's got the Wild Thing set up. Look at this. Chicken wing suplex from Magnum TA. Magnum rounds him up. Little do the hustle, little slick move right there from the Wild Thing. He's got Magnum up over the shoulders, setting him up for the tombstone. Oh, man. That could be a wrap right there. Wild Thing going for the cover, but Magnum TA's long legs saving him from certain doom right there. Wild Thing rounds him up. Locks him up, belly-to-belly suplex. And Magnum, he caught all of it. Here comes the Freak. Magnum trying to beat it out of town. Here comes Dusty Rhodes on the tag. Perfectly timed. A hard shot from Dusty. Locks him up. The Freak laid up and dropped down. Rolling elbow to the chest from Dusty Rhodes. The Freak trying to get to his feet as Magnum TA is tagged in again. The Freak locks up Magnum. Has him up in the front cradle and takes him to the whoa, out he goes to the floor. Okay. The Freak delivers a series of shots to Magnum on the outside. Oh man, Michinoku driver. Referee's already started the count. Wrist clutch knee to the head from the Freak. Magnum TA really catching it, man. The Freak looks like he might take himself back inside, and he does. Magnum TA. Oh, look at this. The Freak comes back out to get him. Hey, I forgot my opponent. Wow. The Freak takes his time about rolling on back into the ring. Locks up with Magnum TA. Magnum gets the edge, whips him to the far corner. Drops him out center ring. Magnum TA up on the middle rope, calling for the fist drop, and nails it. Oh, man. And the Freak caught all of it. Magnum TA rounds him up, countered with a kick by the Freak. They lock up again. And he's setting up for another chicken wing suplex, and he does indeed get it. Magnum TA, very, very aggressive. The Freak locks up Magnum. Has him all the way up, but whoa, mumbo jumbo. Magnum TA goes behind. German release suplex for the Freak. Magnum TA tags out. Here comes Dusty Rhodes. The Freak back up on his feet. Whoa, goes rolling forearms from the Freak. Hard whip out of one corner and into another. Dusty Rhodes quickly puts on the brakes, gets caught from behind by the Freak. Whoa, kicked him right in the, pitched him into the air and kicked him right in the back. Wow, that was kind of brutal. Head first into the turnbuckle goes Dusty Rhodes. Here comes Magnum TA on the tag, and here's our first double team. Hard punch to the gut of Dusty Rhodes. The Wild Thing has him, has him all the way up, slams him all the way down, military press drop. And Dusty Rhodes fell down hard. Wild Thing drags Dusty center ring, going for the cover right here. 1, 2. Dusty Rhodes powering out of the pin. Here comes the Freak again, Dusty Rhodes. Standing center ring. Well, here we go. A series of jabs. A little bopping and weaving and a little fancy action right there. There's a hard right that takes the Freak down to the canvas. And here comes Magnum TA. This match has been a ride, guys. I'll tell you that much. Magnum TA with a series of kicks to the Freak. Turns him over into the Boston Crab. This could be it. This could be a possible submission. Sylvia Strong might be looking a little bit concerned. The Freak is busted open. The Freak escapes the hold. Here comes the Wild Thing again. Magnum TA delivers a stunning right. Whips Wild Thing to the far corner. Another hard right. Pitches him out center ring. Magnum TA calling for the fist drop again, and he definitely tagged it. Wild Thing caught all of that one. Dusty Rhodes brought in on the tag. Wild Thing's laid out center ring. Oh, man. Big time elbow drop with a pin. 1, 2. Oh, man. Wild Thing said nope. Magnum TA brought back in again. Wild Thing has not moved. There's an armbar from Magnum. Bleeding from his eye. Wild Thing Wayne Tate trying to get himself out of that situation. And he does succeed in doing it. Looks like he's got it. Couple of lefts to the head of Magnum TA, and the Wild Thing is loose. Magnum TA setting him up for another chicken wing suplex. Towards the far corner. Here comes Dusty Rhodes on the tag, and here comes the Freak on the tag. Oh, this is going to be chaotic. Hard right spins Dusty Rhodes around. Up over the shoulders. There's a GTS, a knee to the skull for Dusty. The Freak rolls him up. 1, 2. Oh, man. What a ride this one's been. Dusty Rhodes slips through the back door, delivers a kick to the knee of the Freak. Locks up. Power slam. Absolutely out of nowhere from Dusty Rhodes. Here comes Magnum TA again. The Freak back up on his feet. Magnum charges. Collision with no result. A kick. A counter from Magnum. The Freak whipped to the far corner yet again. Look at this. Was trying for the 10-count punches. The Freak said, no, I'm not doing that with you. They lock up again. Kick to the midsection from Magnum. Standing drop kick takes the Freak down. And again, here comes the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. The Freak back up on his feet. A knee, a right, a kick, a double shot to the midsection for Dusty Rhodes. The Freak pitches him into his own team's corner. Gets a good grip on him, whips him to the opposing corner. Again, Dusty quickly putting on the brakes. The Freak locks him up again. Has him up over the shoulder, takes him to the far corner, drops him head first into the turnbuckle, and now Dusty Rhodes is busted open. Here's a cover. 1, 2. Finally, Wild Thing Wayne Tate coming out of his nap. Oh, the Freak misses with a moonsault to nowhere. Wild Thing finally back at his corner after being laid out for almost half a minute. Head first into the turnbuckle goes the Freak. A couple of kicks from Dusty Rhodes. The Freak comes out of the corner. Dusty Rhodes puts him right back there. The Freak says, no, I've had enough of the corner. Kick to the midsection from Dusty. Bopping and weaving from the Freak. Up over the shoulders goes Dusty Rhodes. Discus punch takes him right back down. And here comes the Wild Thing again. Dusty Rhodes just back to his feet. This man has ran long, hasn't it? Man, we got less than 5 minutes to go. Wild Thing Wayne Tate drops Dusty Rhodes. Rope-assisted stomp to the chest of the American Dream, followed up with another and a knee to the back. Dusty Rhodes sweeps the legs, takes the Wild Thing down. Dusty gonna beat it out of town, turn it over to Magnum TA. Wild Thing looking like he's taking quite a bit of punishment. Whoa! Out of nowhere, beautiful slam from the Wild Thing. Here we go again with the Tongan death grip. He's got Magnum by the throat. Referee Walt Rothburn checking him. Oh, man, that's it. He's done. Magnum TA is out. Referee has rung the bell. The Psychodelixx defeat Dusty and Magnum by submission, ostensibly.
The time, 17 minutes and 24 seconds. Your winners by submission, the Psychodelixx. Well, there you go. 3 for 3. And if there's going to be a title match on the 26th, will the outcome be the same? Because if it's not only will it be a colossal upset, giving us new Snarl Tag Champions, but Sylvia's gonna freak, like Daffy Duck on a hot plate. That's some pretty freaky freak right there, Johnny. Alright, fans, the Psychodelixx defeat Dusty and Magnum, and we'll be back with another match right after this.